Hello, my friends. Welcome to your full moon in Taurus reading. And it's going to be amazing because this is actually an eclipse, so a lunar eclipse in addition to the full moon. And this is going to be happening on November 19th around 1:57 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So depending on where you're at in the world, you'll experience it, of course, at a different time if you're in a different time zone. And of course, the eclipse is when, the sun's over here, the earth is here, and the moon is over here. Normally the sun is, shining on that full moon, and so you see it as full, but then the earth gets in the way and our earth shadows over the full moon, which is where the eclipse happens. It's not going to be a full eclipse this time around, but you're going to see some shade go over the moon for a little bit during that cycle. And so, full moons are very powerful on their own, but a full moon eclipse is like a full moon on steroids. You're going to feel some energy around this where like a door slams shut. So, you might have situations that are happening in your life that reach a peak, or they've just done so. And now it's like things are out of your control. It's like your soul has signed up for some sort of growth lesson, some sort of situation to unfold to bring things to your attention. So, it's about, letting those people or situations or things either leave our lives or come into our lives. So you're going to be seeing these significant kind of endings and new beginnings. They'll be like tower type of events, what like the tower in tarot, which is, life is unfolding for you, something is being removed or being brought into your life on purpose for a purpose. So during this time, it's really good advice just to go with the flow of the change. Forgive whatever happens, knowing that, this releases you from any of those emotional extremes, because in addition to it being a full moon eclipse, it is in Taurus, and Taurus energy does bring it brings in a time of getting grounded, I guess is a good word to say it. We work through any negative feelings that we've been having or are feeling, and we find this balance in how we're expressing those emotions. So we're not being too dreamy and we're not being too serious. It's really about this grounding balance that we can take advantage of. So this, again, the full moon normally expands all our emotions and exaggerates them, with it being an eclipse, again, on steroids. So, it's kind of like the Pisces full moon we felt, which Pisces energy really brings in a lot of emotion. This is going to expand any emotions that we're feeling, but just know that there's this beautiful grounding energy available through the Taurus energy that can help balance things out to where we can see this beautiful ebb and flow of life instead of, an extreme, fearful type of event happen in our lives. So a lot of deep breathing will help. The bull is a mighty strong spirit animal as well. It sits it doesn't really sit, it stands its ground in its territory, and people respect the bull because of how grounded and strong it is. So just tap into that energy, and it'll be a not so strenuous and extreme full moon for you. We're also going to pull a special reading for your specific sign. So we're going to jump into that right now and just see what else the Creator wants you to know about this full moon Taurus eclipse energy that's going to be coming in for you during this period. All right, on my Scorpios, this is your Taurus full moon eclipse reading, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from these Angels and Ancestor Oracle cards. These are just very grounding, earthy cards for me, and so they're perfect for this Taurus energy and to get us that balance and that grounding that I talked about in the intro here. So this is going to represent what the Creator wants you to know about the 3 weeks around this full moon eclipse. So it'll be the week before and the 2 weeks after. So Creator, for our Scorpios, what do you want them to know about this full moon eclipse? Lunar eclipse. Nope, none of those. Okay. Okay, this is the one right there. You've got the Shaolin Master, which is be graceful in movement and action. So I love the energy that comes with this card here. Just feel really this, it's almost like the Hermit feel to it, because you are mastering your peace and your grace and your movement. And it's not like a ninja that is designed to be an assassin. This is has the Shaolin monk, which is for the highest peace and the highest good and the highest love, for the world and for our human collective. And so let's see what else comes for this for you. Yeah, it says slow and steady. Breathe and flow. Take a gentler approach. The Shaolin Master calls forth the ninja within. Shaolin medicine is about learning to adapt to a situation and to tap into the energy running through your body and preserve it in order to release it in the right moment. It also teaches subtlety, because when you are too forceful, you use too much energy, and that may not be supportive of what you're working on. The Shaolin Master, like a monk, has respect for all things. He's disciplined and guided by his art and will never use it to impress the foolish or to appear stronger than someone who's threatening him. You too are being invited to remain graceful in your movement, your choices, and your actions. You're being guided to flow like water, blow like air, and connect with your purest intentions. Don't feel you need to rush ahead. A gentler approach will be more fruitful and rewarding. Move with subtlety and grace. Reach high, but also ask yourself how you can move with the flow of life rather than pushing against it. Do you have the capacity to refocus your gaze at this time? Can you slow down? Or take more time to soften and breathe as you move forward? All of this will be incredibly beneficial for what happens next. And I think this is perfect. I also got a similar kind of starting message for the Cancer signs. You, like them, are a water sign. And so always full moons, you feel so much energy around a full moon as it is. And with this lunar eclipse being a full moon on steroids, this is about saying, really ground yourself, really take a step back, take a lot of deep breaths, go with the flow. Don't try to react emotionally a lot during this time. Take a lot of deep breaths and take steps, out of the room if you need to calm the emotions that are flooding. Even really happy emotions. Don't make decisions when you're like in this euphoria, because when we're in that state, whether we're in extreme fear or extreme happiness, we tend to make decisions that will later go, oh crap. I didn't want to, promise all of that, or, I didn't want to, hurt people that way, depending on which emotion you were feeling. So this is definitely a time to pull back that energy, pull back and breathe a lot during this time. We're going to get more information here, of course. We're going to pull a card here from the Ancestral Path Tarot, which is going to be the week before the full moon eclipse. So this is what the Creator would like you to know about that week before. And I do love how they mentioned, you don't need to show how powerful you are to those that are expressing less power than you are at this time. You can just sit in the knowledge that yeah, you could totally, mess with someone's mind, mess with someone's life, show them that you're, more powerful or more intelligent or more talented in something than they are. But that's not your grace. That's not going to make you feel good at all. You'll just regret it, feeling and acting upon those feelings later. So it's really about just be careful. Take deep breaths and realize, that you don't need to do that. You just can sit in the knowledge of how amazing someone is and not have this comparison that needs to kick in. All right, Creator, for our Scorpios, what do you want them to know about the week before? That is a Z1, and you have the 4 of staves, or the 4 of wands is what it would be in others. And so this is a very, it can be a celebratory type of energy, like this joy that comes in. There's something that is going very well, and you can take time to celebrate that. It's also very solid, you can see the 4 pillars here. It makes for a very solid energy and a very solid foundation. Staves or wands are your drive, your ambition, your aha inspiration, your spiritual energy. And so this is, showing you that your energy is maintaining a very solid, a very stable place, which is wonderful, because this is like this energy as it's coming up upon that, lunar eclipse with that full moon, that you are going to be keeping your energy in balance, which is excellent, right? It means that you haven't gone off the deep end in a direction and are in reactionary mode with all those emotions that are flooding in with you. You're not the scorpion that's stinging everybody, or the snake, which is also a transformational part of your phases that you go through. You're not attacking people, or the eagle swooping down and killing things. You are in this beautiful, steady place of joy, and you're focusing on it, which is a great thing that you could do, because whatever emotion you're focusing on, experiencing, is what is going to be expanded and multiplied during that time. So if you're focusing on joy and unconditional love and peace and laughter, you're going to have a lot of that during this period of time. If you're focusing on fear and lack and betrayal and resentment and anger and all those other delicious emotions of fear, that's what's going to be expanded and amplified in your life. And you can change it at any second too. But I love that this is almost like a full moon. You're holding that full moon power in your own hands. So you get to choose what you're going to do with that during this time. We're going to pull a card here, or a couple cards from this Tarot of Dreams, and this is going to be the week after the full moon eclipse, what the Creator wants you to know about that time frame. All right, Creator, what do you want our Scorpios to know the week after? Okay, that's one. That one there. Nope, not those. Okay. Any others? Okay, this one here. So you've got the Page of Swords. So swords, of course, are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And I love the page does have the Ace of Swords with them. And so there's 2 messages that come with this, with the page. Pages, of course, are messengers. So one is that you're going to be getting messages in your mind that are going to be coming in during this time. And what I mean by that is you will just out of the blue will think of something. It'll be like a thought was just dropped in your head, and it's going to come from spirit. It's going to come from your support team on the other side. And it could be tapping a memory where out of the blue, you're just like, you don't even know why you're thinking about it. Just suddenly you're going to think about someone or a situation of some sort. And it's going to be a message from Spirit for something that they want you to look at, something that they're bringing to your attention on purpose, for a purpose. So be aware of those things as they come in, and just pop into your head, because that's going to be coming from the other side. The other piece of the Page of Swords is that pages are also represent like young children and youth, right? And for me, they bring in this energy of the young child before they're influenced by the fight or flight, by the praise and punishment of, all those around us that teach us all these expectations of their opinions of what should be, what's supposed to be, how you're supposed to feel, what you have to feel, what you need to feel, all those expectations from the outside world. Before those come in, the mindset and the mind of a child is so focused on adventure, so open-minded and seeing things. We're taught, racism. We're taught to hold a grudge. We're taught, all these rules and regulations of when that happens, this is what it's supposed to mean about me. We're taught all that stuff. But before then, you have this open mind and this feeling, and that's this energy that's coming in for you during this time. Is it means that you're having this change in thoughts. You're with that Ace of Swords, you're actually able to brings in higher truths, like capital T truths of the other side, right? So that is, one of the messages that could be coming in is revelations at a higher level. So our small T truths that are taught to us from the outside start to be knocked away by this Ace of Swords as you connect to higher truths about you and your life. Yep, and you have the Lover's card here, which means you have choices, emotional choices that are coming in, and a new emotional love that is coming in. So I love this combination here of heart and mind that are definitely relating to one another here. So I know, a lot of readers will talk about the in the physical world, the chance of a new physical love coming in of another character. And this is a general reading, so it could be true for some, but I really feel like this is more of understanding your inner love, understanding your beliefs about love, and definitely this new level of love coming in with these new messages and these awarenesses, because we are actually feeling beings who think, but we have this strong tie between our heart and our mind, because we feel something and then our mind goes either want to feel that again or don't want to feel that again. So it creates a belief around it, which then triggers emotions in us when a situation happens. And then it's this feedback loop that happens that impacts one another. So I love that both of these came out for you here. Yeah. And you have the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Coins here. So a lot of creativity coming in for you. Also, this means that you're sharing your skills and your abilities and your inner gifts with the world here. And so this definitely, of course, your creativity gets sparked, with this new energy that's coming in here. During this time here with the new thoughts, the higher truths, the new emotions coming in, are sparking this creativity, sparking, I almost feel like this courage to finally go, you know what, I'm, say, screw what everyone else thinks, I'm going to do what I want to do. And it's beautiful, because there's one of my decks, they show someone like standing behind them and standing in front of them. And the person behind them, what Spirit showed me, is that those are the naysayers, the dream stompers, the people that are going, you can never do that. You're just going to fail at that. Why even take the chance? Just do something steady. Just get the money that you want, blah, 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 blah. And those are obvious, for us in our lives, and we know we don't want them to be a major part. We don't want to eat that energy and have that influence us, so we know how to kind of block them away. But the person that's in front, who's the person that is coming across as supportive and praising us, can almost have more influence on our authenticity and living and sharing the love we have inside with the world in our own unique way, because our ego side, our human side, loves that external validation, right? The praise and the punishment. And the praiser could be like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. You're, sharing your dream with the world, and you're doing this and you're doing that. And wow, I'm just amazed. Have you ever thought of doing it this way? And because our human side loves that praise, it doesn't want to lose it. So it'll strongly consider what that praiser has recommended, because we don't want to lose that. And they might not even have said, this is my recommendation. If you don't do that, I'm not going to support you anymore. It's all internal in our head. It's all this fear of our human side of, I don't want to lose that. And if I don't, do what they want, then, they're going to reject me and become a naysayer like these other and join that other group. I don't want to lose that. So we might alter our course. We might do that. But this card is saying, yes, definitely do follow your heart, follow your authenticity, do what you want. And yeah, we listen to the outside world, but the difference is I'm going to do something because I fear the repercussions if I don't, versus, oh my God, what a great idea. I think that will really help with what I want to do. Perfect. That's coming from, it's like that's coming from spirit. That person is being a voice from spirit for me. The spirit really resonates with my soul, and you will know and you will feel the difference, right? So I love that for the week after the full moon eclipse there. And then we're going to pull some cards here from the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. And this is going to be the second week after the lunar eclipse. All right, Creator, what do you want our Scorpios to know about the second week? Okay. Any others? Okay. And you've got the 5 of discs, so the 5 of pentacles here. And I love the eyeball in the middle there. So 5 of pentacles. I really am getting this, and it's not how I regularly read this card, but it's like, this to me is like being this hurricane, and you're in the eye of the storm. And I don't know why, but I'm just going to go with it. I listen, I read intuitively a lot. So they're telling me, yes, you're in the eye of the storm. And you can move into that middle where you can be at peace, like the Shaolin, master. It's like stepping back out of the storm, seeing the storm rage around you, coming into this place of calm, and the bright and shiny thing that's out here going, come back out, come on. It's like, you don't have to do that. You have enough inside of you, the 4 of pentacles that are already surrounding you. You don't have to take what is offered there if you don't want to. Like if you want to go experience the storm and being pulled back out into it, you definitely can do that if you wish. But this is about withdrawing in, taking a step back and sitting in that calm place. I know it looks dark, but that's the deception of the storm. It's much prettier out here. Come on back out. What are you doing in there? Come on. And it's like, it feels like you're being lured out into a trap. And it's like, you don't have to do it. Just be aware of it. See things for what they really are. Let's see what this next one is here. Yeah, because it comes back to temperance. It comes back to that balance. You're the alchemist. You're the one that gets to pour, you know, the energy back and forth in between the cups. You get to control where you're focusing your power, where you're focusing your energy. And during this time, it's very important to remain balanced and not rush out, like we talked about before. No, don't rush into things, even though that looks very inviting. It's like, well, that hand doesn't look too inviting. I kind of have that picture in my head of Snow White, you know, and the wicked old witch turning into this little sweet lady with this beautiful red apple going, here, my dear, eat this. And then it makes her fall asleep, right? So, I think it was Snow White, right? Then you have the Queen of Wands. And this is beautiful because wands, again, like we talked about here, is your drive, your ambition, your aha inspiration, and your spiritual energy. She is beautiful. She focuses her energy. She has the ability, you know, like with a wand, to point and focus all that into one area of her life. And I love that this is like how this ends up, because like after going through all this for the 3 weeks, you come out of it, you know, feeling confident, fully knowing what you want to accomplish, being able to zero in that focus. And you can see she's got all these arms, and then you're going to put and come out of this into a beautiful, action-packed period of time where taking a step back before you jump and go allows you to confidently move forward, because you have reviewed everything, you've looked at everything, and you know exactly what you want. And then you're just going to withdraw all this energy from all this other stuff, and you're just zeroing in it all, and you make very rapid movement in all of that. It doesn't have it on here, but the Queen of Wands, like the Page, the Knight, and the King normally have like a salamander on theirs, which is a protection against taking a risk, because, you know, Wands is about inspiration and drive, and so it helps protect them from risk. But the Queen doesn't have the salamander on there. She usually has a black cat with her, which is beautiful because she doesn't need the protection of the others. She has the divine feminine that comes in with her. All the queens have cup energy, emotional energy, divine feminine energy, which allows them to connect to the other side, allows them to have that intuition, allows them to have that gut feeling and those psychic abilities, beautiful kind of high priestess connection to the moon, where they can really get that advice from the people that are, up above, right? They have the high point of view outside of space and time. So she doesn't feel like she's taking risks because she's in the know. She has that connection to the other side where she trusts that gut, trusts those messages, and she doesn't feel it's a risk, because when it's like if you had access to a time machine, right? If you could jump in the future and go, okay, so this is how it works out, and then you could just jump back and go, I'm going to do that. And they're like, isn't that risky? And you're like, no, it turns out fine. They're like, how can you be so confident? Because she's in the know. And that's you. And regardless if you're male, female, or how you identify, we all have this divine feminine, divine masculine energies within us. And so this is you no matter what, whatever gender you identify as. All right, well, I am going to leave the reading at that. And I just want to let you know, in addition to these readings, I also do like monthly readings by each zodiac sign. Also, each week I do like by each element, so fire signs, water signs, etc., and a variety of other readings throughout the month. So if you want to stay in the loop and hear those messages when they come out, if you haven't done so already, just click on the subscribe button down below, and that's going to have this little notification bell that pops up. And if you click on that, then that will notify you when new videos come out. So easy breezy. All right. Well, just know I also love you very much, and that as you're going through this, that each and every second of every day, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon, but until then, you take care.